This has been something that's been a struggle for me to go and open up and tell the world about, but if it can save one person, then it was worth every bit. My name is Josh Holley, and I'm with Mossy Oak Properties, Alabama Landcrafters, and we're here on the Coosa River. One of the most precious places in the world to me, and this is my story. A lot of people look at me at being 24 years old, having this dream job, working with Mossy Oak, and being in the outdoors all the time, and just being able to get to do what I love. It's not always how it was. I grew up in a situation that wasn't the greatest. I grew up in a broken home. You know, it just wasn't a happy marriage, and just things weren't going well. There was a lot of strife in the house, and you know, it was pretty rough as a kid growing up. You know, like that. You know, school's tough. Elementary school's tough. Kids are mean, and you know, you don't get to come home to a house as a safe retreat. You know, you come home to a war zone, and that really made things hard for me as a kid. As I got older, you know, I got pretty heavily picked on at school. Probably about 6th, 7th grade, it was pretty bad, and things at home made it worse. And probably 12, 13 years old, I fell in a depression that I wouldn't wish upon my worst enemy. I convinced myself that I didn't need to be here, and the world was a better place without me. And I felt like that for a very, very long time. One day, I couldn't take it anymore, and I can't describe that feeling. It's just this black, dark hole that you just can't get out of. It's just really a feeling of, you know, just you really don't want to be alive. So I was about 13 years old. I was laying in bed and thinking, and it hadn't been that bad of a day, but I was just like, you know, the world is better off without me. You know, the world doesn't need me here. I don't need to be here. I don't want to be here, you know. Be better off without me. And I got up out of bed and walked into my closet, and I grabbed a deer rifle, and I stuck the barrel in my I stuck the barrel in my mouth, and I decided that it was time. And I pulled the trigger. I gave up that day. I gave up. I was ready to go. I was prepared to go. That's what I was expecting. And for some reason, the gun clicked. And I still to this day don't know why. I shouldn't be here. I should be dead. It is truly a miracle. And so I fell on the ground crying, and at that point I didn't believe it yet. I didn't believe that it was a miracle. I believed there was a malfunction and something got in the way. And you know, a human error got in the way, and I didn't tell anyone. I did not tell anyone. And then about a week later, I went hunting with my dad, and to test it, I took that bullet and I killed a doe. It ended up being the first doe I ever killed sitting in a stand by myself. Killed a deer with it. And my dad drives up and I'm sobbing. And I tell him, and he just grabbed me and was like, why did you do that? Why did you do that? And at that point I believed in God, but I had my doubts because of what I was going through. But then when that happened, I knew he was there. I still to this day don't know exactly what he kept me around for, but he did. And I'm thankful for that. And because I did give up. I can tell you right now that I quit. I did let it win. And I got so lucky. I got not even a 1 in a million chance. After that, I was really angry. I was really, really angry. It turned from sad to be alive to kind of mad. You couldn't trust my handshake. I was disrespectful. I was mean. I was just not somebody that I'm proud to, I had nothing to be proud of. I remember one day looking in the mirror, and I wasn't happy with who I was, and I finally took ownership. There were things that I couldn't control. This was under my control, but I didn't know how to get out. I didn't know how to get out of this downward spiral. I had no idea how to get out of it. One day, this guy just randomly hit me up and said, hey man, you wanna go fish a tournament? We went and we fished that first tournament, and fishing was always my thing, but it was just ponds before, but being out there on the boat and fishing that lake, I thought, this is it. This is it. This is my way out. So I went and I got a job, and I worked 40 hours a week my senior year. And the last half of my senior year, and I got straight A's. I was saving for a bass boat, and I was determined. I wouldn't even buy a Coke at the gas station. I was saving my money so hard. And my dad really noticed a difference, and when I graduated, I had saved up $4,000, and as a graduation present, he gave me $500, and I took that and I put it on a down payment for a 18-foot Skeeter with a 175 Yamaha. I can say that boat changed my life. I wasn't interested in going out Friday night anymore. I'd getting up early on Saturday and fishing, and fishing tournaments, fishing everything that I could. Started meeting the right people, stopped hanging with the wrong crowd, and started, met fishermen that were going in the same direction as I was, and my life just went straight up from there. And then I got into college. I kept a 3.0 GPA all the way through, and it was because of that boat. And I joined the college fishing team, met some of my best friends in the world. Toured all over across the country, and life was just good. I was contributing to society. My grades were good. I was doing what I loved to do. I was staying out of trouble. My relationship, it was much better with my father. And, then I met my now fiance, the love of my life, and, it was really going where it needed to go. And then my world turned upside down on May 18th, 2016.
Where do we go from here? Where do we go? Where do we go, my dear? Say that you know. Which way do we go?